Yo, what's up, everybody? Got a quick repair on the Expedition. Sorry for the terrible audio. Left my microphone at home. I left my headphones at home. I'm forgetting everything today. I'll leave my head if it wasn't attached to me. But again, real quick repair on the rear door, quick repair on the front door, new fender, quick repair on the bumper. It's J7. I'll walk you through the process. Probably gonna do a voiceover, and I'll let you know how it goes. Most efficient way to clean is glass cleaners, and it's really cost effective because you don't spend as much money using a wax and grease remover and waterborne cleaner. Another great tip when cleaning is using microfiber rags. You can just throw them in the wash when you're done. It also saves on cost, so you don't have to use paper towels. It also works a lot better than paper towels because some paper towels say virtually lint free. Well, this is actually lint free. You feel me? We're gonna start with some red Scotch Brite on all the panels. Red Scotch Brite scratches can shrink. I don't have that problem, but it is a possibility. So we'll finish with 800 grit. After that, we'll basically polish the Red Scotch Brite scratches out. I pretty much grade everything out with some Red Scotch Brite. With the Red Scotch Brite, you only want to really focus heavily on the damaged areas and then kind of like inside the door handles. And you can use the whole Scotch Brite for the job, but like I said, if you focus on the damaged areas with the new piece at first, by the time you get to the more sensitive areas, this will be a lot finer and a lot less aggressive. When you use the Red Scotch Brite as well, it also helps the 800 grit cut a little bit better, and that's what we're going to use next. We're going to use it on a orbital DA 6-inch with a 6-inch interface pad. Reason for the interface pad, it is to make my DA less aggressive on curves and edges. You see how it kind of forms? Lastly, I'll take some 500 grit on the DA right around the damage area just to make sure there's no 240 or 320 block scratches from the body guides or any sand scratches or anything. And it also helps the primer feel a little bit better. All right, I got the damage areas sanded with 500. Got everything else sanded with 800. I got this whole thing sanded with like 500 and Red Scotch Brite. Well, I did sand the middle with 800, but I am going to end up putting base over this whole thing instead of blending in the middle. It's a lot easier since I'm doing the rear door and the fender as well. Getting this ready for UV primer, wax and grease remover. We'll hit it with some of this and then we'll get some tape and paper and get some UV primer going. This microfiber rag, getting it done. Remember, you can just throw these in a wash when you're finished with them. Grab my tape caddy from Collision Edge, Spray Source, Amazon. Get them all types of places. Hook it on my pocket. We're going to be using this 9002. They have a 9003 out, but we have to use the old before we can use the new. This is their 1K UV Starlight Primer. And I just have this 3M primer gun with 3M PPS tinted cups, so I can just keep my UV primer always in there. I give it a quick shake and pop the top and stir it a little bit before I go, but that's pretty much it. I got the 9002 over there shaking right now, so I can refill this, but that's pretty much it. So we're gonna give this 2 to 3 light to medium coats. It'll come out kind of rocky at first, but once you hit it with the UV light, it'll smoothen out a bit. I wait 1 minute before I hit it with the light, and then I hit it with the UV light for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Next, we'll use some 320 grit on a flat block to block down all this primer areas and whatnot. If you're new to this, you should use guide coat, but if you're doing it yourself, normally you can see the texture and how it disappears. Make sure you do a cross hatch pattern. So we'll go that way. Before using 500 grit on a DA to finish off these damaged areas and finish off my primer, I will be using guide coat on our orbital 6-inch DA, and we'll finish off the rest of this primer. How to know when you're done is when you don't see any more of your blocking scratches or any more guide coat. Now that all the priming's done, I'm gonna hit it with some glass cleaner and some wax and grease remover next. Get it ready for tape and get it ready to put it in the booth. All right, we got this pretty much in the booth right now. We got it wiped down with waterborne cleaner. So we'll blow it off with our anti-static gun, and then we'll get our sealer and our base mixed up. We got for base, the spray outs did not look very good. The chips did not look very good. So we had to take a camera reading, and it looked blendable, but we'll just have to double check it with the hood and make sure we're in at least in the ballpark. We're gonna hit these bare metal spots with some 1K etch in a can. You wanna give it a light translucent coat. I like using these green Centaura tech rags. You got to pull apart to activate. I like using that for my base and after my sealer. It's a lot less tackier than those crystal beige tech rags. So you have a lot less of a chance to leave fish eyes in your base and in your clear. So I prefer these. Then you just want to make sure all that excess oversprays off. Wiping off that bit of overspray can help make your panel look that much cleaner. Overspray can sometimes not lay correctly, and it's sticking up, called overspray. Whenever you wipe a panel off, you create a static charge, so you always want to keep your anti-static gun handy if you got one. showing off our Luma 3 setup. Got the hose hanger, high flow fitting, male and female, the Exodus air gauge, the Luma 3 Exodus space coat gun, and the Sun Pro. We shoot at 26 PSI with the fan all the way open and the fluid all the way open as well. You want to start with almost an orientation coat, like a light dusting, and then we're going to pull the trigger more, and we're going to get closer and closer with each pull. So now that's pretty much the blend. It's a reverse blend. We will never go this far again except to orientate it. Now we can work on coverage. All right, for clear coat, we're going to be using the Luma 1.5 Exodus.